It wasn't recording, it is now.
It is.
Good.
Hello everybody, and thank you for coming by to visit today. My name is VirginiaMcCloud, and my story, well, the part of the story that would interest all of you, started when I was in high school. My family lived here in Avon Township, and I attended Rochester High School. When I was a junior, my family planned to move north to Lapeer County to the village of Clifford, which made me very unhappy because I wanted to stay here and finish school with my class. Fortunately for me, our good neighbor Lucy Arnold agreed to allow me to board with her so that I could stay here and graduate as a member of the RHS class of 1938. I'm proud to say I was a member of the National Honor Society as well, and happily, my parents didn't stay too long in Clifford and moved right back here to Rochester. As you may have guessed, now that you know the year of my graduation, the world was very unsettled when I finished school and set out on my own. War broke out in Europe, and before we knew it, Pearl Harbor was attacked, and we were in the thick of the fighting. My older brother Kenneth went off to serve in the Army. Right here in Rochester, Twist Drill up on Tinkin Road and McAleer Manufacturing downtown on Water Street both won big defense contracts and were needed workers as they added shifts round the clock. I wanted to do my part to help my older brother, so I applied for a job at McAleer. McAleer did very important work. They made photo flash bombs and flares and had a second production plant down on South Street near the Clinton River, where they mixed explosive powder for ordnance. That's where I worked. It was very dangerous work, and we worked in bunkers that were located some distance away from the main powder plant. I knew it was dangerous, but I also knew it was very important work and was in support of our boys in uniform. That's who I wanted to be, one of those in uniform. So after thinking about it for a while, I decided to enlist in the Navy in December 1942. After I signed the papers, I went to my friend Lucy and told her all about my decision. She asked if I had told my parents. Well, I hadn't, not yet. Lucy doubted that my family would be very happy to find out that their oldest daughter was going off into military service when their son was already in uniform. While I didn't doubt that was true, as it happened, that conversation turned out to be unimportant. You see, a few days after I made the decision to enlist, a horrible accident happened in the bunkers where I worked. Two other women and I were mixing powder when something ignited the powder. There was a big explosion. The three of us were taken to the hospital in Pontiac with critical burns and severe injuries, but only one of the three of us would survive. My friend Ella and I were injured beyond recovery. My family said goodbye to me Christmas Eve, 1942. It is a sad story, but you may be surprised to find that my tragic experience was not uncommon during the war. You see, there were many, many women who, like me, wanted to do their part to help support the boys in uniform by joining the critical defense industries. We worked in many factories and built various things in support of the war effort. The defense plants were working round the clock to build weapons and parts that were in short supply and desperately needed. And some of it was dangerous work, like what we did at McAleer. But it had to be done. The boys in uniform were in far more danger, so we took the risk for their sake. And some of us died in the effort. They say in the 4 years of the war that nearly 407,000 American soldiers were killed and 671,000 were wounded. But here on the home front, nearly 300,000 defense workers were killed in industrial accidents, and nearly 3 million were injured. It may seem odd of me to say so, but I am proud to have been one of them and to have given my life for my country. That's what the War Department said in the letter that they sent to my family. You can read it here if you like. There was also a plaque made by one of my co-workers in McAleer with a poem on it about my contribution to the war effort. I think it was a comfort to my family. And as you may have noticed, my grave marker here looks brand new, and that's because it is. You see, my family didn't have much extra money to do for such things, So for 72 years, my final resting place here at Mount Avon has gone unmarked. But as of last week, that changed thanks to the members of the Rochester-Avon Historical Society, who kindly placed this new marker here in my memory. I am very grateful to them for the tribute, as I am grateful to all of you for stopping by to visit today. Thank you.